welcome to Kids Corner. So Winston and I raided our closets to try to find some very colorful coats, because that is going to be the story that we're going to hear today. When I was a little girl, there was a singer named Dolly Parton, and she sang a song about a coat of many colors. When she was young, the family was very poor, and somebody had given them a box of rags. And Dolly didn't have a coat, and it was coming on to winter. So her mother sewed the rags together. And that is a little bit about what the song is about. Some of it is, Mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece with love. She made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors that Joseph wore. Then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. And Dolly was so excited by that and the story that she proudly wore it to school. But when she got there, the kids made so much fun of her. And she was trying to tell them the story that her mother told her and about the love that her mother had when she made it. So now we're going to hear some of that story about Joseph and his coat of many colors.
Once there was a young teenager named Joseph. He had 11 brothers and lots of sisters. He was his father's favorite. His father was not wise about showing how much he favored Joseph. He made him a coat of many colors. This made his brothers very jealous, and they would not speak a kind word to Joseph. One night, Joseph had a dream that he told his brothers about. Joseph had dreamed that he and his brothers were in the fields together, gathering and tying wheat together to form sheaves of wheat. When Joseph's wheat sheaf stood tall, and the other wheat sheaves bowed down to Joseph's. That did not make his brothers happy at all, as it seemed to suggest that Joseph would be their boss. Then Joseph had yet another dream that he told his brothers and then his father about. That the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to Joseph. His father said, "Do you really think that your mother and I and all your brothers will bow down before you?" Some time later, Joseph's father sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were out with their flocks. Joseph went to where he thought his brothers were, but he couldn't find them. A man who found him wandering around asked what he was looking for, and when he found out who he was looking for, was able to send him in the direction of his brothers. His brothers saw him coming from a long way away, and they decided to kill him by throwing him in a well and telling everyone a ferocious animal had eaten him. Reuben, one of his brothers, tried to prevent bloodshed by suggesting just throw Joseph in the well, but don't lay a hand on him. Reuben had planned to rescue him and take Joseph back to his father. So they grabbed Joseph, took off his coat, and threw him in the empty well. When the other brothers sat down to eat, they saw a caravan in the distance. The brothers decided, rather than killing Joseph, they would get him out of the well and sell him to the caravan merchants. So when the caravan got closer, they hauled Joseph out of the well and sold him to the merchants. When Reuben came back and looked in the well, he couldn't see Joseph, and he went to his brothers, asking where he was, and they had told him what they had done. The brothers then took the coat, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the coat in the blood. Then they took the coat back to their father, saying, "This is what we had found." And did he think it was Joseph's? Poor Joseph's father was very upset and sad. Meanwhile, Joseph and the caravan continued on to Egypt.
So Joseph went on to have many adventures in Egypt, and he and his family got to meet again sometime later. I often think that story and the story about Dolly, which was a true story, is a reminder to be kind. And kindness is important, particularly with so much happening now. Can we have a little prayer together? If you could repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for the people who look after us and others. Please help me, God, when I'm feeling sad. Please help me to be kind. Thank you for loving me. Amen. And we'll see you next time at Kids Corner.